Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and the Mixed Media Frenzies YouTube Hop. Once a month, we have a hop with all the gals that want to join on the Facebook group, and we all use the same sketch or layout, and it is a layout this month, and we use it as inspiration to create our own. I am going to have 3 photos, and they're of my great niece Isabella. But instead of making them black and white, I went ahead and left mine in color. And instead of the bright colors that they used, I am going to use more of pastel colors. But that is what's in the photo. So that and gold, there is gold in there. So I will be using gold. And the balloons, I cut them out of that yellow dye line right there. It's a Sizzix dye. It's one of the pretty old ones. But I'm inking the edges because I am going to do a tone on tone like they did in the original layout, and I wanted them to show up a little bit better. So I'm just doing straight from the pad to the paper, and it is showing up a little darker because of that. But by the time I get done with it, they're not going to be quite as dark. But but you can tell that it did help. I didn't do it for nothing. It worked. I am going to put some of them straight down on the paper. And this is watercolor paper. I did not gesso it. I just figured it ought to go ahead and work all right since all I was using was inks on here. And then some of them I'm putting on foam tape just to add some dimension back there. But since my balloons kind of curl up, they're not on watercolor paper. I didn't even think about getting the watercolor paper out for them. I should have, but I didn't. Anyway, they kind of curled up before I got done, but that's okay. I like the look of them on my layout. And I am going to do the same way they did and have 5 colors going across there. Theirs might just be 4 colors, but I am going to have 5. I'm going to start out with the yellow, and that's Momenta, maybe. One of those. I am using that. And then 3 is close to my heart, and 1 is Stampin' Up. And I'm going to put the yellow on and see how I covered the whole balloon. Well, a lot of times in watercolors, there's white showing here and there. Well, the first 2 I did, they're the lightest colors. I covered up everything pretty good and didn't think of it till I got to the 3rd one. So you will see white on the last 3, but not so much on the first. It looks like I progressed slowly to getting not as meticulous with my inks as I was to start with, but it was really because I thought of showing some white, and I do like that. So I was glad I thought of it before I got done. And I did think about maybe pulling out the white gelato and putting a little bit on the first 2 to see if it would work. But I forgot all about it before I got done. And so it didn't happen. And that last color that I'm putting on there, it kind of looks red in the video, but it's not. It's smoothie, so it's a darker pink, and I think it might have a little bit of orange mixed in it because when you compare it with the pink over there, it does have an orange tinge to it. But it's not red in person. It's you can see the original layout. That's red. But yeah, it's smoothie. Oh, and I pulled out my punch board. Yeah, the We Are Memory Keepers frame one because I decided I wanted to have Polaroid frames to go with my little pictures. And I don't use it near often enough. I had to do some thinking as I was punching. But I remember they came out and looked okay. But I know everybody, the videos I've seen people use them on says you have to trim them up on the inside. They're not perfect. Well, I'm kind of wondering if it is the operators that aren't perfect because I had to trim 2 out of the 3. So I figure 1 I got sitting in there right and it worked okay. And the other 2 I didn't get in there and set them up right. So yeah, I think it probably takes practice, and I don't use them near enough to have what is called practice. But I'm just glad they turned out all right and I was able to put them on the photos. And I'm going to use tear and tape to put them on there. I did consider using the liquid glue, but since I was putting them so tightly in a small area on the photos, I didn't want to mess the photos up, so I used the tear and tape instead. And part of the reason I wanted it to be like a Polaroid is so I could put some stuff down in the bottom of it, and I didn't find as much stuff as I thought I was going to find to put in the bottom of it. I had these stickers that said party on it, and they were phrase stickers. Only they didn't go with the colors that I had. I just knew when I made the Polaroids they would. But I'm not going to pull them out towards the end of the layout and find out they're not working. So I don't have as much decorative embellishments on there as I had planned. But, you know, her mommy might like it better this way anyhow. I am putting foam tape under all three of the photos because I put foam tape under some of the balloons and I wanted them to kind of lay flat. So I had to put plenty of foam tape on there to get them up at the height of the balloons. And her shirt says birthday girl or first birthday or something on it. I can't remember which. So I had it planned to put birthday girl as my title. But when I went to pull them out, I seen that party animal. Yeah, so it won out and it made it on the layout instead because she is tearing that cake up. And looks like she's really into it too. I mean, she isn't laughing, but usually they're not. They're very serious. Try to clear that whole plate up and get it all ate. Uh, there's a bunch of circles. Well, this is two-sided. One side has pink foam on the bottom, and the other one has a teal. So I'm only going to pull from the front side with the pink, and I'm going to do like confetti all over the top area with the balloons, and I'm doing it in gold since she does have gold on her shirt and of course her adorable little bow on her head too. So yeah, I had to bring gold in here since she does have gold. You really cannot see her. I guess they're leggings, and I think they have a ruffle at the bottom and they're striped and pink and they're just adorable. But since I had to get them to fit in these little Polaroids that I made, that part's covered up. I think the first photo's the only one you could really see them in anyhow. I'm trying to pick things off of the sticker sheet, and there was this cake with a whole bunch of candles. Well, it was her first birthday, so I cut the top part off with the candles, and I am going to put one of those single candles on it so that it will represent first birthday. And I was looking and they had this fan border, and I thought, how cute is that? I'm going to go ahead and put it across the bottom, but I'm going to put it upside down compared to what they probably intended for it to be. But yeah, I want to tuck my cake down in there and then of course put the candle on. And I'm going to end up putting a couple other things with it too. And I know there is none down there on the original layout, but she has journaling over on the right. So I'm figuring I moved the journaling over to the left and then changed it to a little cluster instead. But y'all know me, I like more, so I had to put something there. And let's see, what am I doing now? Oh, I put foam tape under the birthday girl. I did find a little sticker that said that, and I put foam tape on it to give a little bit more dimension down there. However, I'm going to find a gift to put down there too, and that'll add another thing with foam tape. I pulled out my pink twine, well, pink and white twine, and I wasn't about to put twine on all the balloons, but I wanted a few of them to have streamers coming down. So I am putting them on there. One, two, three. Well, three, and then there was like a little extra piece. And I thought, well, there's two balloons up there. I'm going to go ahead and make it look like they came from the two balloons up there. So I put it on there too. And I can't remember what else I'm doing next. Oh, I'm still on the twine. I could have sworn I didn't take that long putting it on there, but I guess I did. But if you will look down there below, You will see the links to all the other gals that are doing the hop this month and get loads of inspiration and see how they use that original layout as their inspiration. See if they do like me and go with a different color, and or if they go ahead and stick with the bright colors, and if they use flowers or switch to something else. My original plan was to use flowers. I was trying to think how I was going to get the black edge on them, and I thought I'd punch out my flowers with my punch and then fussy cut some black all the way around the outside of it so it would match, and maybe punch out a couple that was black to start with because some of theirs are. But yeah, I decided to go with the balloons instead, and I like it. I mean, it's adorable with Isabel's pictures on there. And I had to quit rambling to mention that this is my commercial break. I got a blob of the darker smoothie, I mean straight on there, and then also the teal with my fingers. Yeah, I was a little bit messy. And so I took them off with the I waited till they dried. And then I took them off with the Tombow Mono sanding eraser, and they came off really good. There might be a tiny bit left on there, but you really can't tell it unless you're looking for it. But yeah, works really good on paper that isn't patterned or something, because it will take the pattern right off. And there's my photos of Isabella. Isn't she just a little sweetie? She is so cute. Of course, she's 4 now. Yeah, her and Hope were born on the same day. They looked a lot alike at first too, but now they got where they don't look so much alike. But yeah, if you got the time and leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But yeah, check out the links down there below and hop along on the hop and check out their mixed media, and have a happy scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.